Let's see who can get that first win. It is picked up by the north side, so they come away victorious. Trey Akabane.
Trey has really risen as far as talent level, just sharpening the knife, playing at the Salisbury School in that Founders League. He's going against some of the best face-off guys in the country throughout this entire spring, and you can tell the confidence is kind of through the roof right now.
We get our first look at the north side. Jono, what do you expect from this talented group?
You know, the North has a lot of guys from the same high school that have played together their whole careers. I think they'll have some early cohesion, where the South is very talented and have to figure it out over time.
That's actually a great point, John. A lot of times you see these all-star games, the offenses struggle early because they don't really know each other that well. That could be a massive difference maker in this game.
These are the South boys. Thomas Menke distributing on the near sideline, and now they roll it in. Fresh onto the field is Owen Gaffney, a midfielder from Loyola, California, playing at Harvard. So many great schools to highlight. That's one of the best part about this event, is seeing where they're headed. Gaffney rips one, and it is saved nicely there in the crease on the north side. That is Evan Boland starting in goal.
Yep. Owen Gaffney was the Los Angeles Player of the Year 2 times in a row. Great first shot, great save by Evan.
Looks like the goalies came to play early. Both sides, both teams, big saves early. They seem pretty dialed in.
You're right about that. On the left side of your screen here, that is Kyle Rowley. He'll be playing at Syracuse, and he's a local guy, the Episcopal School of Dallas. And you got to think, too, this venue, right? The Cowboys practice facility, the Star here in Frisco. This is a great place to play lacrosse. Much bigger platform than these guys are used to.
Yeah, I mean, you think about a facility like this. I would have had an aneurysm if I walked into a place like this when I was in high school, playing on those dirt grass fields, and this is what they have today, but that's what Adrenaline's bringing to the table.
They are continuing to raise the bar, and we've got our first goal of the game. That is number 26, Patty Burns, or sorry, 25,
to the
Billy
Star.
Burns.
To the Star, I love it.
Look at them, they're taking a photo after the celebration. Oh, wow.
Barnes, really solid two-way midfielder from Sacred Heart Prep in San Francisco. Those guys won the San Francisco CIF Championship this year, beating St. Ignatius. Billy went off for 6 points in that game, and he gets the game going here with their first goal. It's a great shot down the alley.
We're off to a good start here. Now, on this face-off, Grant Isika, Declan Mitchell, these are two guys that you might see playing on the field as freshmen next year. I really like Grant Isika's ability to create transition immediately on the face-off.
You work with these guys very closely, Greg, with your face-off academy. What do you try to teach these players before they head to college? What kind of transition are they facing?
I tell our face-off academy athletes what's important is when you get to campus, you learn all of your teammates' names as fast as you can. You know exactly where your classes are, and you go to your coach whenever you have questions. Everything else will take care of itself when you get to college. I think guys worry too much about the depth chart. They worry too much about, does coach like me? Just focus on those 3 things, and your college career will get off to a good start.
North trying to continue the good start in this game. They've jumped out to an early 1-0 lead, and we are seeing here who's going to step up and try to make it 2-0.
The North's definitely playing with more aggression and more fire to start the game. 2 ride backs already and the first goal.
Patty Burns falling to the turf. It is backed up, though, by the North team, so they keep possession. This is Brandon Bergner behind the cage, now goal line extended.
Tyler Blackbird matched up on Bergner, 2 guys headed to Brown in the fall.
Not a bad place to play lacrosse. That is another zip. That one goes wide, but staying here. And what do you think the strategy's like? You've seen this game so many times, Jono. Are you running sets? Is it one-on-ones? What do you typically see?
I think you're playing loose and you're playing free. You're trying to play as fast as you can.
Great save from Kyle Rowley.
Here comes the South.
Yeah, generally when you have these types of games, if you're a coach, you put in a basic offensive set, right? And a basic defensive set, and you say this is where our slide package is. And then from there, you have one clear, and then the rest is up to the talent. You let the kids, you don't want to handcuff them. It's supposed to be showcasing their abilities.
South hoping to showcase here, still looking to get on the score sheet. Once again, thanks for joining us. This is the 10th annual Adrenaline Boys All-America game, highlighting the best graduating high school seniors from the West. Here's a couple of them, a feed inside and a score for Thomas Menke.
Sam Teachout with a great dodge down the alley, looked inside and found Menke, who is as crafty and slick as they come.
Menke headed to Virginia, another local product as well, that is Highland Park, Texas. So the local kids come ready to play, no surprise there. Oh, another celebration at the Star.
Something to take a look at here, too. Anthony Gobriel is from Highland Park, Texas, going to Navy. He's at prep now, so he couldn't be in this game. So that means there's only 2 face-off guys for the South. That actually might give them an advantage because Lake Baker's already been out there for 1 face-off. He's warm already. And now Garrett Hawthorne's going to be out there trying to take his first face-off and get used to this.
Baker and Hawthorne.
Great job by Hawthorne getting out quick.
Hawthorne comes away with it. It's still on the ground. Still on the ground, and this is that physical play that you expect to see when you get all these alpha males on one field.
Great ground ball by Tyler Blackburn.
And as you can tell, if you're new to this or if you've only watched high school lacrosse, the face-off guys are standing. They are following the college rules, which is standing neutral grip only. And the idea behind that was to get rid of lockups, make it more of a dynamic face-off. I can tell you from experience, facing off both ways, both on a knee and standing over 20 years, that knee down was devastating to the body. So I think these players will, even though they didn't like the rule change, they're all going to be able to play a longer, healthier career because of it.
Greg was a very successful Fogo, playing many years professionally, now has his academy. The South with the bouncer, and that one's wide from Reed Landon.
Another Texas guy, Reed Landon, Sam Teachout, Thomas Menke, 3 of the better kids to come through this adrenaline system.
These boys are warm up, man. They're just throwing 25-yard passes on a rope.
Like it's nothing, but then they turn it over. Anything for the highlight, right? This is an all-star game after all.
I think everyone's still got some jitters and some nerves, looks like a little bit. Kind of like chickens with their heads cut off at the moment.
You know what? It's almost like controlled chaos, though, because the offensive sets have been great. The ball movement's been good. It's just in between the lines, like you said. That's where the nerves get you. In your own team game, maybe you would throw the ball. Here, maybe you go for that extra swim dodge, right?
Ooh, that one was just high.
Jack Gray down the alley.
Yeah, Greg, we saw a lot of that in the girls' game, too. I said, you know, there's no way they're doing this if they're actually playing for a team and there's a lot of discipline. And they're having fun, and that's what we want to see, frankly.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it's interesting because what I was impressed with the girls' game, and we're seeing it here in the boys' game, too, is usually when you have an all-star game of some sort, guys are a little bit laid back. It's all about the energy. But then when that 4th quarter happens, all of a sudden it becomes playoff lacrosse real quick, and everybody wants to win. So I like to see that competitive fire from the get-go here.
If you missed the girls' game, it came down to the wire. The final minute, it was a 1-goal game, and the North team snuck away with the victory. Hopefully we get another close game today. Lived up to the hype so far. Menke controls it there. Menke controls it for the South.
Yeah, there's a few things that you'll probably see more of in a game like this. One would be, and this is a wish list actually. One is defenders going for wilder checks to try to dislodge the ball. 2 is probably a couple pole goals. And 3 would definitely be a goalie trying to take it all the way.
Oh, yeah. Especially
and if I had my wish list, that's what I'd like to see.
Yep.
That is strong defense there, started by Paul Barton, the UNC commit that we highlighted off the top. He's the reason that North has a great chance to score. A little discombobulated in the transition. Now they set it up, approaching cage. Just getting started here, 1 goal apiece. Safe to say both teams still, I would say, aggressively feeling each other out, right? There's been a lot of turnovers so far, but you can see the talent is just waiting to pop.
Yeah, it gets figured out early. Someone has to set the precedent of, hey, are we hitting each other? Are we selling out totally for ground balls? And it looks like everyone's agreed early that they are doing both.
Defense winning out. Alex Chin, another local from Dallas Jesuit. The High Point commit makes a big play defensively, and back to the South we go. That's something we got to make sure, too. We've got all the flashy players. We've got the lefty attackmen. We're going to see the high-to-low shots, the rippers. But these defenders, some of the best in the country.
Yeah, we've got some great defensive midfielders out here, some great athletes close D. Should be a low-scoring game unless guys can get going. Here we go.
All right, 2-1 lead for South. That's from Caden Vlasmisky. Let's check out that replay. What'd you see on that one, Jono?
Just a good hard take, inverted a shorty, turned the corner, just stuck it overhand. Near pipe, actually. Great shot by Caden.
2-1 lead for the South. We are just getting started here from the Star. We'll take a break and be right back.
Clamp. Grant does a great job of getting up. He's a tall, athletic guy. And the cool thing now is with guys standing up, if you lose the clamp, it's really only half the battle. It doesn't really matter that much. Jake Withers has proven in the PLL, you don't have to really win that many clamps to be a successful faceoff guy. So it's made the position more dynamic.
Meanwhile, Alex Chen has made another really strong play defensively. Jono, he's making a case here early, one of the best defenders we've seen.
Yeah, the defense is definitely outplaying the offense, so to speak, at this point. Another turnover for the defense again now for the North.
Yeah, we'll give all the credit to them right now. Paul Barton continuing to make big plays. Paul and Dewey will be big rivals. UNC for Dewey and Duke for Barton. ACC lacrosse is so strong right now. Virginia winning another national championship. That is certainly the conference to beat at the moment.
Yeah, I think also we have to remember the Ivy League didn't even have a season this year. And I think that really distorted some of college lacrosse. I'm not saying anything about the ACC. I'm just saying that I really am excited to see Ivy League jump back in there because I think we forget how good those teams were before the pandemic.
I think we forget now that Billy Barnes has 2 goals in this game. This one goes top shelf.
Like I said earlier, Billy Barnes, San Francisco, California champion this spring, scored 6 points in the final game to beat St. Ignatius. Really strong player, starting it off for the North with his 2nd goal.
Gets that one past Kyle Rowley. He's headed to the ACC, Syracuse. And Greg, I think you're right. The Ivy League is certainly something that we have to watch this year, and we get them back in action.
I can tell you right now, Matt Madelon at Princeton is chomping at the bit. If you remember how good that Princeton team was before that season got cut short, I'm sure he's ready to go. As you know, that whole conference, man, we just miss it. Just wasn't right not getting to see those kids out there this past year. So I'm excited for it to all come back.
Princeton hoping to get back to the Bill Tierney days in the 90s. And we'll be honoring a player that has gone into the Western Hall of Fame a little bit later on who knows all about that 90s run.
Great save.
That is the best save of the day so far for Boland. And these goalies and this defense standing strong on both sides of the field.
I think to build on Greg's point of the Ivy League, with the advent of all the transfers,
off the post.
More and more kids are going to start choosing the Ivy League where they don't bring in transfers of any kind usually.
That's a great point, John. It's also going to be interesting to see what happens with the already bigger groups like the Big Ten.
Oh, the dribbler. The magical shot off the stick of Sam Teachout. Had an assist on the first goal, and now he puts one through the legs of Boland.
It's great awareness. Handles and immediately knows where he is on the field after looking the other way.
Sort of a broken play, but putting it together, Noah Beecham found him on a bounce pass.
That's one of the finest scoop and scores you'll ever see. Teachout making a case to be one of the best players in this game. He's off to a good start. Back for another face-off.
Joe Hayes will be right there with another ground ball, one of the better stick handling poles in the country.
That's such a skill, especially when those face-offs come spraying out. Who can pick it up and make something happen?
And that's an interesting thing that happens a lot in these all-star games. As a face-off guy, you're not used to the wings that you have. Some guys don't feel comfortable telling the guys what to do on the wings because they don't really know them that well. So you kind of just put out an offensive midfielder or whatever.
Chance at a breakaway. Good defensive recovery.
Oh,
A fancy
great
pass.
Oh!
Four-step score. Charlie Tagliaferri puts it home, and Jackson Kane had the great assist.
Jackson Kane, really one of the most improved players in the West, just flipped his commitment from Colgate to Princeton last week, and he's been great all summer and all spring. So saw a great bag of tricks right there, a little lever pass to Charlie. Great play.
We've got a tie game at 3, and we have a timeout. The end of the first quarter. Come back with us here on ESPN 3. Welcome back to the Star, tied at 3 at the start of the second quarter. Jonathan Hoppe here with you, Greg Grinlian, John Ozissi up in the booth, Devin Caney on the sidelines. The 10th annual Boys All-America game. And there we get a look at the north side. Anthony DeMeo coaching the team. Also close to a national championship last year with Maryland. There on the right side of your screen. Maybe has one more year. Seemed undecided on his return. We'll see what he decides to do. Yeah, he sees he's on camera. We got Asher Nolte there too. You know him from High Point. He has really elevated that program, and they've helped elevate this game, guys. This has turned into a must-see event every year. There is so much talent coming from the West. Jono, you work for Adrenaline. How have you seen it grow?
Man, these kids put in so much work year-round, and having the good fortune of coaching many of these guys in club and or in high school, it's been great.
My goodness, the prettiest goal we've seen so far. Behind the back, Ryan Cole.
That was beautiful. Great catch, too. And he did it all in one move. Man, who do you think you are, my man? That LSM sticking BTBs. We're getting some duck, duck, goose at the Star right now.
That is Trey Digby.
Greg, not a bad pass from the faceoff guy, Trey Akabani right there, though.
Yeah, I tell you what, Trey's heading to Utah with his skill set. Hopefully he can change the minds of some of the staff out there and how important a faceoff guy is. Great handles, great technique on the faceoff, creating transition. It's awesome.
Back out to the Star here in Frisco. And continuing that conversation, it started out at a high school. Now we're here at a facility like this in Frisco. Who knows what could be next?
Yeah, this is a great event to just sort of culminate the kids' hard work and success. And I know a lot of their college coaches are watching the broadcast, and so they're going to have some fun, but they'll definitely be playing hard knowing their future coaches are watching them today.
Well, if you're a coach and you're watching and you've got one of these kids coming in, congratulations. We've been hanging out with them all weekend. They've got good heads on their shoulders. At a media day this morning, they all had some funny stuff to say, and they all wanted to win this game.
Yeah, it was fun because it's
Very
not
fun.
easy to have a media day where you're answering questions about yourself in front of your peers and guys that you probably have never met before. But they all had great humor about it. They were all being real honest, and they were being real positive around each other, which is pretty cool.
And that's a way to quickly bond. This inside the crease, looks like we might have a crease violation, and that's going to give it back to the North team.
Another save from Belan. Great take by Owen Gaffney down the alley, and that's the third or fourth save for Evan early here in the game.
Evan's starting to heat up. Kyle Rowley has had some chances on the other side, and he's done a solid job to start this game as well. North trying to follow up that crazy goal from Trey Digby.
I think the South needs to get a little bit more flow on offense. They're coming down one pass and shot every possession. It's great to play fast and loose, but I think they got to get the ball circulating, get more guys involved.
Yeah, that's always something when you look at these all-star games. If everybody on offense agrees that we're going to bang it fast, you have to remember that the defense you're going against doesn't really know each other that well, and their slide packages aren't that innate. So you being able to move the ball quickly, everybody looks good if you're moving it quick.
Looking for some quick movement here. Cade Eldred. Eldred pushed out, goes underneath. Did he stay out of the crease? Yes, he did. That is an inside goal from Brandon Bergner.
It's a great handle by Bergner.
Look at the footwork. Watch this little hop he
How did
does.
he stay out of there? Greg?
Facing it, little hop. Boop, boop, boop. Yeah, okay.
We've
I
seen
like
some
it.
good celebrations too. Devin Caney has more. Devin, what are you seeing down there?
Well, I had to ask about that celebration, Jonathan, because that was the most extra thing I think I may have ever seen after a goal. And I went over to the Norse bench, and they said it's just a locker room thing. They said they didn't plan it at all. They had mentioned it and wrote it on the whiteboard right before the game and decided to just go for it. So maybe we'll see some more coordinated celebrations from them as this game goes on. Jonathan?
I would not be surprised, Devin. I'm sure they've got a laundry list of things they'd like to accomplish.
It takes serious dedication to fit inside that 24-hour window, an offensive and defensive and celebratory game plan.
Joe Vrandzen gets the goal. And now we're starting to see the North team pull away. They have a 3-goal lead.
Joe, just a little hesitation move, just blew by the defender. No one slide anywhere to be found. It's just a great take, finishing in front of the net. Not much the goalie can do about that.
And that's a great thing that will apply at the next level. Speed is important, but change of speed is what defines you as a successful offensive player. And that was great. Lull him to sleep, and then one step, he was full speed.
Greg, if you could celebrate every time you had won a face-off, what would you do?
I got to
Keep
tell
it
you,
PG now.
I got to tell you right now, the amount of taking 30 face-offs in a game and celebrating after every one just made me tired at the age of 37. So a crisp high five with my teammate Jerry Raganese was all I ever needed.
There you go.
Looks like both teams have changed goalies. Mitch Likens is in for the South, and Henry Blake is in for the North now.
That can't be easy, jumping right in, not just in the middle of the game, but right in the middle of the quarter. To play goalkeeper in a game like this can't be easy.
We'll see what the styles of these coaches are. They're, like anything, is a bit of a pecking order based on what they know about players, what they saw in practice. And we haven't seen some of the big names on either side a ton so far, so maybe you'd think that a lot of their playing time would come in the second half.
Like I said, the South just needs to get some possessions and get some guys comfortable in touching the ball. They've been 1 and out every single time down.
Yeah, the North has certainly dominated the face-off possession. There's no doubt about that.
It's Billy Barnes again. Almost pulled off the hat trick right there.
Barnes almost made this a 4-goal game halfway through this second quarter. Thanks for being with us from the Star, 10th Annual Adrenaline Boys All-America game. That is wide open behind the back and goal. Vin Maxwell. That's something to celebrate.
It's a great pass from Henry Niehaus, a midfielder that loves to go behind the cage and invert. That's kind of his thing. Just a great pass to the back pipe, sort of spot-fed. Vin, great one-timer.
North is starting to pull away, a 7-3 lead. Their largest lead of the game. We'll take a break and be back right after this. Right now, North leading South. This party got started yesterday. We had the banquet at the Frisco Hall. This is a bit of what we saw, a chance to hear from different players, different speakers, and everyone comes together and you can sort of rally as one before the game, Jono.
Yeah, last night was a really special event. Christian Cook going into the Hall of Fame and then hearing from the Nations United guys. It was just a really nice celebration and bringing everybody dressed up in shirts and ties. It was just a nice night.
Good food as well. The chicken marsala wasn't too bad, if I say so myself. We also heard from Troy Kemp, who is translation and alumni relations at the Ron Clark Academy in Atlanta. He's also a successful lacrosse coach, and he held something this morning on diversity for both the boys and the girls teams. That's a summit that is a new feature of this event, and now we've got another face-off back on the field. I feel like, Greg, the wings that you brought up, that's kind of an underrated aspect of the face-off just in general. is working together with them. It's not a one-man show.
Yeah, I would agree that I think wing play on faceoffs might be the most misunderstood portion of our sport. Usually just say, oh, go hip to hip and box them out. But one of the things right now, like for instance, the guys are trying to create space and exit the right way, but they're not telling their wings where to be, so there's no space. Their own wings are running into the play for them. It's causing a lot of chaos, but that's kind of indicative of this kind of game. Like I said earlier, you're not really comfortable sometimes telling the wing guys what to do, and a lot of these guys aren't used to playing the wing. They're just out there for this game.
Then Maxwell just had another good look in front of the crease. He's been a pesky player to start this afternoon.
If you had told me it would be 7-3 North at this point in the game last night, I would have said you're crazy.
How about 8-3? Then Maxwell gets another one and then a little tumble to go with it.
Vin Maxwell's a great off-ball guy, can play the crease. That's his second of the night, just finds space, great cut. His buddy from Seattle, Gage Adams with the feed, great play.
Everybody on North, when they're dodging, has their head up the whole time. They're looking for somebody. They're looking at all times, and the guys inside are telling that. I mean, they can tell, and they're making cuts, and it's open. Like we said, there's not like a second slide or a third slide there. This isn't a team that's used to playing team defense together.
Then Maxwell from Kirkland, Washington. And now we've got another face-off. Regasika fighting for it, but North controls it. Right off the face-off, another chance. That's a great save.
Mitch Likens in net, great play right there. Maybe this is the jump start that South needs.
Yeah, you could feel it in here. If that one went in, things might have looked a little grim for the South for a while there. But here they have an opportunity. They've got to play some team ball here on offense, get a good shot opportunity.
Yeah, South needs some guys to step up and change the tempo. I'd have to agree with you, Jono. Just kind of looking at these rosters, there's talent all over, but it maybe felt like the South had the edge slightly, and especially not to be down by 5 goals.
I mean, Egan and Sheen and Tynan Walsh and Cody Hart and Gaffney, I'm shocked these guys aren't scoring more so far. A lot of game left, though.
Yeah, there's a lot of game. They'll get used to each other. It's interesting. I remember when we had our Team USA tryouts and Coach Danowski said, I'm not looking for the best players. I'm looking for the best team. And his whole point was, I need the guys that are going to gel the best together, because that's what you need to win, big events and big games. And I think right now the South is still getting used to each other here.
That's such a great comment, though. That's the whole miracle. Not the best guys, but the right guys.
Yep.
Totally agree with that.
We'll see if they can find the right guy to break into this lead. Oh, they almost had it from Ed Sheehan. Sheehan from California had a good look, and it is backed up by Caden Vlasimski. Vlasimski wrap. That one is wide.
First flag of the game.
All right. Referee's getting involved.
Oh, then he blew the whistle. Supposed to be a play on there, but
looks like we'll have our first man-up opportunity of the game.
Fouls on blue 15.
this could be the medicine they needed here.
That is a
Get back on the
cross-checking
board.
penalty on Mason Wordleman from Benilde in Minnesota.
I'm interested to see what kind of set they come in.
It's like a tight 3-3.
Yeah, everyone above the cage.
That's when coaching in this game can come into play. Just sort of don't have to do a lot, but just rally the troops a little bit and get everybody organized.
The danger in this situation is you don't really have a guaranteed backup if there's a shot when you play that 3-3 above the cage.
Great
Not that it mattered.
takeaway there from Joey Zelby. Now they'll look to kill off the rest of this man down, and that's how you do it.
It's a wasted opportunity for the South.
Ooh, they get lucky.
Ooh, offside. They do get bailed out, and now a chance to spark something, and you can't say enough. I don't know if you guys felt like this when you're playing, and Jono, when you're coaching now, the ends of these halves really matter. I think even in a situation like this, if South can jump ahead or come back and dig into this lead, they feel better about their effort level in the second.
Yeah, it can change momentum. You never want to let a team score on you toward the end of a quarter or half.
A ripper
Great
on the
pass.
ground scores. That'll do. Max Armitage.
Tynan Walsh, great pass over the top. Found Max in the back pipe. It's great lacrosse right there.
And the goalies in this game are so good. This is how you beat great goaltending, is by changing the sides of the field and shooting off of that assisted pass. You're not going to have a lot of success with elite level goaltenders when you're trying to do stuff one-on-one and shoot from the same side of the field.
Tynan Walsh just completely looked off the feed, through the no-look pass. That's a great lacrosse play.
Armitage says the best story of his lacrosse career so far, scoring the game-winning goal in overtime for his state championship team in Anthem, Arizona, Boulder Creek High School.
Boulder Creek upset Brophy Prep. That was pretty big stuff in Arizona. Let's see if the South can get going here.
Also, either team at any time with the face-off guys that are on these rosters, somebody can start getting hot and kind of take the game over. So it's going to be interesting to see if it continues to be. It's becoming a little bit more 50-50 than it was early in the game when North had a big advantage. So it'll be interesting to see how that possession swing happens.
A late half push here by the South. That's an errant pass that time from Reed Landon, just to misconnect. Gives it back to North. Under 2 minutes to go until halftime. Has been good communication today, not something you'd necessarily expect in a game like this. I heard a lot of talking in the girls' game, and now with the guys too. We can get a good listen at the action down on the field.
You know what I love about something like this event, it's 10th year. You can tell, like, when we're interviewing kids, and they're talking, oh, my older brother was in this event, or this is something I've always wanted to be in. The excitement level of just being at this event, these kids all know about it. So it's something they've been aiming for in their careers. So you're right, the energy's there, and they're just happy to be here, which is so refreshing, you know, in the lacrosse world where sometimes everything feels like a grind.
Yeah, this truly is the aspirational piece for a lot of these kids in their career.
Jake Griffin was hounded. Somehow he made it out of that mess, but the pass to Tyler Blackburn is not a good one. So
Great
now,
ride
with
by the
30
North.
seconds left, can the North respond? Gotta think maybe one last shot here.
Good aggressive
Great
defense.
Gotta get possession first,
Cody
and
Sutherland.
denying that.
Great check.
Yeah, he
Sutherland.
didn't hesitate.
South's got to go. 10 seconds here. They got to go. They got to go.
Not much pace there from the long stick Spagnoli, and they're just not gonna have enough time. Looking back at the clock, and unfortunately for you, Mitch Likens, the first half is over. So North takes an 8-4 lead. What'd you guys think of that first half?
Gosh, I'm surprised. I would have thought the South would be in the lead if you asked me, my honest opinion. But like I said early in the broadcast, I think the cohesion of these guys on the North playing together year-round is really showing, and that's why they're up 8-4.
I'm putting this all on the coaches. Okay. No, but when you watch this game right now, it looks like North is more prepared. It looks like their offensive sets. It looks like they all know what they're doing. Even when they're celebrating, they're all on the same page. So maybe at halftime there could be some adjustments, but I think if the South has a little bit more cohesion, they can get right back in this.
Well, let's talk to one of the coaches that deserves some credit for the North, Anthony DeMeo from Maryland. Devin's with him now. Devin?
Yeah, I'm here with head coach of the North team, Anthony DeMeo, and I mean, it seems like you guys are having a blast out there. What was the messaging you told the team before the game?
I think it was just go out there, compete, have fun. That's what we were preaching to our guys in the locker room. I think it was just, they all know each other. They know the guys they're playing against, and it was just like, we're not going to go out there and make it a normal all-star game. Like, let's go out there and actually have a fun time. Let's move the ball, defense, let's communicate, and that's what we've done so far. We're happy with our guys' effort right now.
And the score reflects that for sure. Now, I know you go by a nickname or have been given a nickname. I'm not, why don't you tell us what the nickname is?
The nickname was Tony Time, and it was kind of just like maybe when the fourth quarter came around and we needed a goal or something, that was kind of what people went to. So
You can't,
talk about it that much, but yeah, that's.
You came up clutch. So do you think we're going to have to go into Tony Time at the end of this game?
Hopefully not. With the way that we're playing, we're playing well right now, so hopefully we don't need to get to that. But if we do, I got faith in our guys, and I think that we'll come out on top. But I don't want to jinx anything. We just got to keep playing hard.
All right, thank you, Anthony. Guys, back to you.
Thanks, Devin. That's a man, Anthony DeMeo, who scored 4 total goals at championship weekend just this past year. We'll take a break, talk about the first half. North leading 8-4 here in Frisco. Cross left here. The opening faceoff of this third quarter is just moments away. On one side, we've got Declan Mitchell. On the other side, Grant Asika. And we'll see if this faceoff can set the tone for the start of the third. Here we go, Greg.
Yep. Mitchell heading to Stony Brook. Asika heading to Drexel. Good matchup here. Declan had a phenomenal spring for Trinity Pauling this past year. I think he's going to be an impact guy. Coach Tommy Kelly, the face-off coach over there at Stony Brook, is going to have a lot of talent to work with next year.
Mitchell sets up the North team to try and extend its lead here in the 10th annual Adrenaline Boys All-America game. Thanks for joining us here on ESPN3.
Two future teammates right there, Ben Ramsey going right at Logan Gutzweiler, both headed to Notre Dame in the fall. We haven't seen much from Ramsey. Look for him to get going here in the second half.
The fake shot, does that go in? Yes, it does. Hey, right on cue there, Jono. Ben Ramsey.
Little toe drag there. Great move, great shot.
Coach Corrigan liking what he sees there, huh?
Oh, that was a rocket.
Fourth goal, unassisted, scored by number 32. Ben
Off the pipe, off the helmet, and in. There you go.
I think, yeah, a pipe, a helmet, and a pipe. Fantastic.
Ramsey says he's excited to be at Notre Dame, to be pushed on and off the field. Gets the congrats from Coach DeMeo there. That's ironic because Ramsey's dad actually played club lax at Maryland, in which that's got it all started, and DeMeo has done quite some good work for the Terps.
North has been very dominant on these faceoffs as far as winning the clamps. Garrett Hawthorne, perfect example of how many talented faceoff guys there are out there right now. Used to be a pretty definitive drop-off between Division I, Division II, and Division III. There is no drop-off anymore. There are talented guys going all over the place. He's headed to Middlebury, and he's got a great career.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with that more.
You can tell there's a lot of excitement with the D3 guys, too. They know what you're saying is true. They don't feel like they're second rate. They know where they're going is just as good of an opportunity.
Absolutely. I don't think, for instance, for years, kids say, I really want to go D1. I really want to go D1. And they would turn down opportunities at NESCAC schools where you're pretty much guaranteed a job when you graduate. Now the talent level is so high, there's still the same amount of Division I programs, but there's 100 times more lacrosse players in the high school level. And now all three divisions have very high bars to set.
Well, as you know, it's all about the fit, finding the right holistic fit for these kids.
Yes.
D1, D3 doesn't really matter.
Yeah. Well, it's like I tell the Face Off Academy guys, when you're 22 and you need a job, no one's going to care what team you posted on your Instagram when you were 19. And, that's what they have to understand, that you're using this lacrosse stick as a way to go where you belong, to get yourself a good job and have a good career after you graduate college.
Great save by Henry Blake right there off a rocket from Cody Hart.
Blake off to Ohio State. Played at Brewster Academy. Ooh, that one ricochets off the helmet, and that is a tough blow to take there.
Looks like Alex Chen is
Alex
down.
Chen. He took a rocket right to the helmet, and the players now take a knee as he gets some medical attention. Have either of you ever had something like that happen before?
It doesn't feel good. Yeah.
I've gotten my bell rung a couple times. Luckily, I've always worn a Cascade, been lucky enough to have a Cascade helmet on and saved me plenty of times, but looks like he's okay. Good for him.
Chen walking off the field. He's someone we've seen a lot of today. He's been impressive, especially to start the game. Following in Asher Nolting's footsteps, going to High Point. And the two of them got together last night at the banquet.
High Point's done a great job of recruiting guys from non-traditional areas, sort of finding those guys that have fallen through the cracks a little bit. And they've built themselves quite a program doing that.
You're right, and I think the SoCon in general has done a great job of building a conference filled with guys not from those traditional hotbed schools. You know, if you're not going to get the top guy at Calvert Hall or you know, a school in Long Island like St. Anthony's or something, you can find a lot of talent in other places, and they've done a great job.
Mitch Likens makes the save for South, which sets up this offensive possession. All right, let's see if they can get something going here. 5 minutes into the second half. They're still stuck on 4 goals. North has 1 in this quarter.
Just poor decision making by the South, very stale. They got to keep the ball hot. 2 to 3 seconds max, each guy should have the ball. That thing should be a hot potato.
You know, if I was a coach in one of these games, great look there on the backside.
Owen Gaffney was looking for Minky to have that one-timer. He couldn't corral it.
But what I was going to say is if I was coaching in one of these games, my point of emphasis on offense would be every time you're down on offense, you have to get the ball around. Everyone has to touch it. And you say, yeah, of course, that's what we all say. But you have to understand that everybody on this field is an alpha. Everybody on this field has been told at some point in their career, in their high school and club games, that they're the guy who has to get it done when they need it. So when you're in a situation where you haven't touched the ball in a quarter, yeah, when you get it, you might make some silly decisions because you're trying to do it all yourself.
Yep.
So in order to make sure that that doesn't happen, if everyone's getting their touches, you're going to be in a good situation.
Patty Burns gets the goal.
Yeah, kind of a off-speed shot, but it was off-stick
change
hip.
up?
Yeah, off-stick hip. Nothing
perfect.
Matt Nunes could do about that. Great placement.
This is the holy grail of lacrosse placements. If you can get that thing off stick side hip, it is a long way to go for a goalie to get all the way around on that.
Defensively, I would have liked to have seen Gaffney get his hands on Patty and pick him up a little bit earlier. Also would have liked to have had a slide maybe.
Burns, another Minnesota guy, Benilde. He's off to Providence College. At this point, it looks a little too easy right now for the North. They're getting some pretty good looks on Cage, and they're really just having it their way at the moment.
You saw right there, that is the one thing in Grant Isika's game that I'd like to see him continue to get better at. With the standing neutral grip face-off, if you get to the ball and you slide under it a little bit, you can rip it right away and get out. And the reason it's important is it's similar to a quarterback pocket in football. At some point, it doesn't matter who wins the clamp because the wings are on top of you. So you saw right there, Grant hesitated a long time before pulling it out, and then he almost got rocked.
Because there are a lot of great counter guys, right, that don't
Yes.
always win those clamps, but still come up with the ball.
Well, that is the cool thing about the rule change, is when we were on a knee, if you were faster at clamping than me, then you were probably just going to beat me all day. Now you're going to see, Notre Dame, we're talking about Notre Dame all day. They're getting a 22, Christian Gallagher, who's my size, and all he's known for is counters. So you're going to get different styles of face-off guys now. It's like just like quarterbacks in football, a scrambler or an option quarterback or a pocket passer, you're going to get guys who are really good at clamping and pinpointing the ball to certain spots. You're going to have guys who can counter, so you're absolutely right.
That was a big save for Matthew Nunes of South. He's one of the best goalie prospects in the country, off to UVA. So we'll see if that can maybe spark this team down the stretch.
Like to see Thomas Menke get going. It's been kind of quiet here, but wildly talented.
Open path to the cage. He was in the crease.
And
That's
there's
going
to
to
your
give it
point.
back to North.
Right, there's your point, John. There was one pass, the ball sat at X, and then someone tried to dodge through 3 guys.
Yep.
Now watch how the ball moves on the north side.
Let's get an injury update. We saw Alex Chen walk off the field. Devin?
Yeah, thanks, Jonathan. He was sitting on the bench talking to one of the medical staff members on site, and he seemed okay. He said he felt okay. She was checking him out, I'm assuming just going through protocols. They were checking out his helmet, but he did end up walking off the field and back to the locker rooms with her, I would assume, to get further checked out and testing. But he said he was in good spirits. His teammates are all cheering him up. I don't know if he'll return to this game, but he says he's okay. Jonathan.
Thanks, Devin. We certainly wish him the best. Hope to see him back, but definitely don't want to rush anything like that in a showcase event like this. And there's another hit to the head, but getting back up quickly that time. Not much of a pause there for Jack Gray.
The North ran into almost the opposite issue the South did on that last possession. They just got lackadaisical and just had a pass around the edge, and the ball got picked off. So you got to stay hot with your feet, even if you're going to throw the ball around.
Gage Adams here for the North. Have not called his name much today. From Lake Washington, headed to New Jersey Institute of Technology, NJIT.
Terrible slide.
And that is going to result in an Adams goal.
Never want to slide adjacent directly to the ball carrier's face like that and leave a guy open for a step down. It's too easy for the North right now.
Nunes did not have much of a chance. There's the goal from Adams, and when we come back, we will have an interview with the Western Hall of Fame mentioned this year. That is Christian Cook. Devin has an interview with him right after this. Back North with a stranglehold over the South right now, 11-4 in the third quarter. We've got a special Western Hall of Fame presentation. Here's Devin Caney.
I'm here with Christian Cook, latest inductee into the Western Hall of Fame and honorary coach of this North team. And I think you are joined by an assistant today, yes?
I am. My son Casson is with me today. Casson, can you say hi?
Hi, Kathy.
I just feel happy for this day. I'm first time being the sidelines and coaching too.
What's your strategy?
I just think probably that North's gonna win this by a lot.
It certainly seems that way. Now, Christian, I want to hear from you because you were inducted into the Western Hall of Fame last night at the banquet. And what does that mean to you, and what do events like this mean to growing the game of lacrosse in the West?
I mean, I think a huge shout out goes to Alex Cade and Adrenaline. They've done phenomenal things here. I was fortunate enough to grow up playing in Colorado, but seeing how prepared these players are on the men's and women's side is just incredible. It shows how the game has grown throughout the West and just left the East Coast.
Yeah, well, we're enjoying watching you guys. You're crushing it this game and excited to see the rest of the game play out. So thank you, Christian.
Thanks so much. Honored to be here.
Guys, back to you.
Casson Cook stealing the show here at the Star.
Get him in the booth.
Get this guy up here. Get him coaching the team. Get him everywhere, Greg.
Man, he's the man. You should have saw him during the girls' game. He was jumping up and down the sideline. He had all kinds of opinions. It was great.
He had a full suit last night at the banquet. Had those glasses, too. His father, Christian, won 3 straight national titles at Princeton with Bill Tierney. He shut down Casey Powell in one of the games. Now, this is the interesting part. Casey Powell in a tweet says he's the toughest defender he faced in his entire career. I think that is worth a mention.
That's probably the highest compliment you could get paid as a defenseman.
Yeah, if the GOAT's giving you that kind of compliment, everybody who's watching this, if you haven't done it, go find some Christian Cook highlights, man. He was unbelievable.
A big reason why Princeton was so good in the 90s, a 2-time All-American. And he's gone on to do some big stuff, too. Raised a lot of money for Parkinson's. And Adrenaline has helped support that cause. Trey Ika here getting involved and getting South back in.
Great feed by Menke, got to the middle of the field, drew a slide, and then quite a finish by Trey. A little unconventional.
That is Trey Ika from Utah. St. Joseph's.
Dodging with your head up. You like to see it. But just to finish that Christian Cook point, too, just you would never know by talking to him that he's one of the top 10 defenders probably of all time. Just a humble guy, really good person to be around. So I'm glad he's here today.
You know what he did after college? I know you do.
Yep.
Secret Service.
Can we talk about it? Yeah.
Can we?
Oh,
whoa!
Hope they don't come to get us, and that is why Nunes is going to Virginia.
Door slam
That was an off-stick shot by Eiselby. Great save by Nunes. Could be a momentum swinger here.
The biggest save we've seen so far this afternoon. And if South is going to go, they need to go now.
Oh, boy.
And they're working on it here.
Nice handle.
One-handed handle, the long stick in there. Can they scoop it up?
That's just your standard double long pole offense.
I wouldn't mind seeing a long pole goal. Is that too much to ask for?
Pole goal.
That
Almost
was
had one.
shot
Just
wide.
having it though.
A bit outside.
Earlier.
Over the head by Tagliaferri. Let's see if we can get one, Greg.
I mean, it's not a lot to ask. Just grip it and rip it, Kyle Hartzell style. You know, shoot it from
Just
25
don't stop
out.
running. When they call you off, just call them off.
I remember there were a couple summers there when Kyle Hartzell was shooting the ball from the parking lot in the MLL, and it was getting out of hand. Like, he was shooting it from 5 yards over the midline and sticking them. And I was like, if this is the future of lacrosse, I don't know if I can hang out in here. This is nuts.
That pass is off the mark from Henry Nihus.
I would say this is a must-score possession for the South.
That is not a good start. Off the stick of Dewey Egan. Now, this is interesting. We just haven't seen a lot of Egan today, Jono. Why do you think that is?
I think it all comes back to just ball possession and playing as a team. We've got a lot of me ball and street ball on the south side. So again, trying to get guys involved through passing and dodging with your head up.
Coming in, he could have been the best player here, and he still might be, by the way. But in this game, we just haven't seen a lot of him.
Yeah, haven't seen a lot of the big names in this game, and like Jono said, it's if you're only making 1 or 2 passes on offense and you don't actually call a kid's name out, you're not going to get to see him do much. And then, of course, the North has been pretty dominant, I would have to say, statistically on the face-off percentage. So they've been getting a little bit more of those possessions as well.
Oh, there's a step down low to high, goes over the head.
Bodie Moore, nice little take there.
Now, here is something interesting, right? When you're up by 100 goals in an all-star game and you got about 1 quarter left, our guy's going to start to be like, maybe I'll take this extra go, get on Instagram
Right.
real quick. You know, let's get some highlights going.
I got to get mine real quick.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. You know, there's plenty of media here for Adrenaline. There's plenty of guys with cameras.
See if somebody can put on a show for us.
Great slide, great check right there. Bodie Sutherland, great play.
Jake Griffin coming back the other way for South. Menke out in front, nobody home.
Fortuitous bounce and rebound there for the South. They got to get something productive going here on this possession. That's probably a cross check.
Not a lot of calls in these all-star games, Jono, and we're okay with that. But I'd have to agree with you on that one.
Menke, great
Wrap-around score.
Said it at halftime. Thomas Menke's one of those guys that's so wildly talented and slick. He's a guy that's got to get going here for the South.
All right, now under 30 seconds to play in the third quarter. We've got a 5-goal game. This is probably going to be the score at the end of the third. You think we got a shot here?
I hope so. South's got to keep putting the pedal to the metal here.
Well, that's what I always said is face-offs are the great equalizer in this sport where anything can happen, but it comes down to the South getting the job done.
Looking for one last opportunity. That is the end of 3. All right, guys, we got 1 more quarter left, and we'll see what can happen as we go to break. South trying to stick around. Nunes is ready in cage. Can he get the goals? We'll find out after this. Start of the fourth quarter here. 15 minutes to play at the Adrenaline Boys All-America game. We know who's playing on the field this year. Here are some of the alumni. Asher Nolting is a coach of the team. You see him there at the far left, coach of the North. Who sticks out to you here, Jono?
There's a lot of great players that have gone on from this game and done great things at the collegiate level. I think guys that come to my mind are Eddie Glazner, who's in the professional ranks right now, Cade Van Raphorst, who you see on this screen right here, and then Eric Adamson, who's actually a current coach at Denver University. All of those guys have played and coached at the highest level and started right at this game.
Hey, Greg, you've been a part of this now. There's Asher. There's a smile.
There he is.
He's on the screen here in the Star, and he's getting a Nice round of applause from the community and everyone here. Greg, how have you seen this game elevate? You've been a part of this broadcast before, and the alumni that you've seen filter out into the lacrosse world.
Well, I was saying that in the lacrosse world, especially on the guys' side, there's new things popping up every year. And I think now there's more events than ever. And a lot of it is kind of roll a ball out and have kids play each other. But what's special about this is in its 10th year, there's a skeleton of what they've done in the past, and they've been able to build on it every year. And you can always tell quality because every year they've added something, and every year they've improved on something to give the kids a better experience. And it's no secret with Adrenaline, it's all about giving a better experience. So being here for the 10th year is actually really special for me because I'm getting to see this thing grow right in front of my eyes. And like I said, seeing kids talk about their older brother being here before and it being an aspiration for them to play in this game is pretty special.
Somebody's got to watch out for Nunes. He's starting to heat up.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if North is going to be able to get another one.
Kind of a lazy finish attempt right there. That was sort of a, should have been a goal. Great play by Nunes.
Could not agree more, Greg, and this program will continue to elevate each and every year. It all started with that simple idea of, hey, we don't have enough kids in these other games. We don't have enough kids in the collegiate level. How can we make that happen? And that's what they've done.
Well, when we were doing the media day, asking the kids, like, what Adrenaline meant to them, like, just a simple question. I mean, they were giving some real, honest, heartfelt answers.
Nunes again, by the way.
I mean, you talk about Eddie Glazner. I got the pleasure of playing for one season with the Redwoods with Eddie Glazner. He's the greatest communicator on defense that I've ever seen in my whole career. And a guy like that may never have gotten any kind of opportunity if it wasn't for all the work that Adrenaline's done in the West. And these kids are finally starting to get a fair shake, which is awesome to see.
Yeah, it's amazing to see Cade and Eddie come from where they started to where they are right now, two of the best in the world at what they do, and just two great people also, great ambassadors for the sport.
That is Alex Cade, the CEO, who does so much to make this happen. Jono, you do as well, the entire Adrenaline staff. 20-some people working in this organization, and a lot of effort goes to each and every event around the country. Here's Dewey Egan. Can he show us what he's got? That one
Save.
Off the pipe. The rebound goes wide. Max Armitage.
Good take by Egan. Like I said earlier in the broadcast, a really physical Dodger.
The wrap back after a nice save. Here's Egan, and that one's wide, bouncing.
South's getting some momentum, though. They're starting to get into a flow. They're taking shots from good places on the field, high percentage looks.
If they get one now, it's, hey, hold the phone. It's just a 4-goal game. Is this the goal?
I would love to see the South before the end of this game. Dodge, draw slide, pass it twice and score. I would love to see that.
It's a simple sport, man.
It's not that hard.
Yeah, we have not seen a lot of that this afternoon.
You'll hear people at fifth grade coaches all the way through PLL coaches yelling that because this sport isn't that hard from a strategy standpoint of getting the ball and just making it hot.
So
even though his team's losing, I think Nunes is on fire right now.
We need to talk about Nunes. You know, he's going to Virginia. He's got so much ahead of him playing in the ACC. Jono, you think he's a guy that has a chance to start for the Who's next year?
You know, it's funny because the Who's freshman goalie this year was a Adrenaline All-American and a West Coast Stars guy, Bobby Gavin, and he's going to have to beat out Bobby if that's going to be a thing. Both goalies are wildly talented, and I'm sure it'll prove for some great, healthy competition in the fall.
Why is he playing lacrosse? Well, got bored of baseball, is what he said. I think that's a trend around the country right now.
I can relate. I played baseball up until high school, and I literally picked up a lacrosse stick my freshman year because I wanted to be one of the cool kids.
Lights out.
Didn't really work out that way, but at least I had a good lacrosse career.
Well, hey, you're cool with us up here today.
I'm man. Let's go. You can do it. Bang it, and then dodge. And then pass it.
Not quite.
You know what? That might have been a pass to the backside for all we know. Goalies are just on top of it.
Cody Hart.
Cody's played great since he's gotten in the game, by the way. I know we're talking about Nunes, but we have a long pole on attack now for the North. They're getting real crafty.
This is a crafty possession. The bouncer is just too high for Jack Ringhofer. Headed to Princeton.
Tyler Blackburn on Brandon Bergner here. Both guys headed to Brown in the fall. I think they're actually going to be roommates maybe.
Some of these guys have already gone to college and they're doing that summer session.
Great back check right there by Bodie Sutherland.
Get a bit of a head start.
Yeah, I get asked that a lot. If I could do it all over again, the only thing I would have changed about my college experience is I would have went to Penn State for the summer session before my freshman year. Aside from obviously being up there, and taking a couple early classes, you get a lay of the land. I know like Lake Baker has gone to summer session at Penn State. He's been up there with the strength training group. So I think it can make a massive difference. If you're lucky enough to be able to do that, I would highly recommend it as a freshman.
There's a lot to balance as an athlete. There's a couple of passes, and Max Armitage has the skipper go wide.
Yeah, and it's the stuff you don't really think about. Like, just understanding where your classes are, or how early do I have to get up to go to my 8 a.m. on the west side of campus. Like, just getting to know your coaching staff and the strength staff, it makes such a difference.
8 a.m., no thanks. That brings back some bad memories.
I think you said earlier, though, Greg, I mean, the lacrosse part is actually the easiest part of all of it in the acclimation process of getting to campus and getting on a routine and being away from home and dealing with your schedule.
Yeah, and at the same time, you're also a 19, 20-year-old guy trying to figure out his place in the world. So, yeah, if they get the experience a little bit early, it pays off. These kids are all, you can tell by the talent on the field. Lacrosse-wise, you're right. They're going to be just fine.
South still has some time. They've got a 2-on-1. Armitage could not handle the pass, and unfortunately for them,
push call.
Tynan Walsh, okay, he was in the crease, but a push, so it stays here. Now we've seen these elongated possessions. South needs a goal here. They're starting to face the clock a little bit, down by 5.
Oh, great cut.
That was
I've
awesome.
seen that a million times. Tynan Walsh and Ed Sheehan playing that two-man game behind the goal. Great job by Ed on that front swing.
That's what y'all were looking for, right?
Yeah, I mean, he comes behind the goal. You think he's going to set a pick, and then he just turns on the burners. And you're right, chemistry right there. Just knew he was doing it.
South goal scored by number 19, Ed Sheehan.
The Sheehan goal takes us to break, and maybe, just maybe, South is mounting a comeback. We'll find out right after this. It's All-America game. North leading South 11-7. That has been the story throughout this afternoon. South, though, starting to mount some sort of comeback behind the electric play of Virginia goalie Matthew Nunes. Now this face-off is huge, Greg.
Oh, I got left behind. So,
It's one of your guys, Lake Baker there. You work closely with him there for the South.
yeah, he went for a reverse clamp. Just didn't get quite the whole thing. Even like the little stuff in this game, the presentation. We were talking about it earlier, how the officials with the COVID protocols, with face-offs in college and stuff, this whole summer's been a mess because they've kind of just sat back 5 yards and let the kids basically lean and cheat their way to wins. So talking to college coaches this whole summer, it's been impossible to evaluate how good a guy is. Here, we're making sure we're doing it right, just like it's going to be in college. Set, put the hand down second, back out. So you're actually getting a good idea of who's doing what out there.
Vid Maxwell tried to go behind the back. Stays here with the North, trying to end the run. Nunes slams the door. You've got to be kidding. This guy's on fire.
Lars Tiffany sitting back in his seat right now.
Yes.
He's shaking Kip Turner's hand. He's like, hey, we did a good job.
Yeah. Grab some more popcorn, Lars, because Nunes is putting on a show.
I'd love to see some of these midfielders get to the middle of the field, kind of just going down the alley and settling for low percentage shots.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that the alley dodge, no angle sidearm just hasn't been there today.
It's just not a thing. Oh boy.
Little trip up there, losing possession. Ed Sheehan. Got a chance to keep it. But no, it is picked up by the long stick that time. Mason Werleman.
Tynan Walsh, great finish. Great.
Hey now, watch out. We might have ourselves a game. Tynan Walsh, 11-8.
Is why there needs to be a 2-point arc in lacrosse. We haven't had any controversial comments today yet, so I'm going to throw it out there.
Great stick fake in tight. Tynan Walsh, fortuitous off the ride. We've got ourselves a ball game here.
Talk more about that, Greg. What do you mean by that?
Well, I know in the pro game there's a 2-point line. So you have a 2-point line, a 52-second shot clock, and the field's a little shorter in the PLL. So even when you're up by 6 with like a minute left, you're still biting your nails. And I think over time, that discussion will happen.
Especially, too, this clock is running, so it might be next to impossible, but there's still some time. Nunes could not stop that one.
That was a big time.
Face-off goal from Trey. Coach Gittleman, what do you think about face-off, guys? So right here.
Puck drop.
Puck drop, yeah, get out of here. So Grant Isika wins the clamp. However, instead of just putting it through his legs to shield his defender, he tries to pick it up to his right shoulder. The problem with the right shoulder exit, the backdoor exit, is it's right in front of your opponent. Trey does a great job of staying on top of it, picks up the GB, and the rest is history. Great job.
That was a great shot. Off stick, right inside the pipe. Trey's one of the most improved players out in the field right now. From where he was as a freshman in high school to where he is now is remarkable.
That north bench is a happy place to be at the moment. You got to give them credit. They came into this game, they had a plan. Coaches DeMeo and Nolting did a nice job of bringing the energy, and I think that set the tempo for this entire game. Both teams have way too much talent, but the North just rallied together a little bit quicker. The South took them a little bit more time, and that's why they're probably going to fall here this afternoon.
I mean, I got to be honest. If Nunes isn't playing goal in this throughout this time period, I mean, who knows what the score would have been. I think he did a great job of keeping him in it as long as he did.
Let's see if we can get somebody else in the score sheet.
A great save.
Oh, that is a great save on the other side. Everybody's talking about Nunes. How about Joey Garcia?
Yeah, Joey's like, all right, I've heard enough, dude. Great save.
Nunes again. Had a little help from his friend.
White's got to get going here. The clock is running in this game, so you got to keep going here.
Approaching 3 minutes to go. Final moments. Garcia maybe got some help. Runs out to get it, and off they go.
Dan, this is what we talked about. Guys are used to being the guy, right? So in high school, yeah, take that shot.
There's a guy, Billy Barnes. Started off the game with 2 quick goals. Now he's back for more. And he caps off a complete effort. The Huber Award winner. He's had himself a big day.
That's just a great shot. Again, putting it low and away on Nunes. Textbook fundamentals right there.
See, that's a hat trick for him now, huh? For Barnes?
Yep.
And Coach Madelon's excited about that.
Billy's older brother, Tommy, is a junior at Princeton. Will be a junior in the fall. They'll be playing together for 2 years. The dad is an alum, played for Coach Tierney back in the day.
It's a good call.
Final 2 minutes of this game. What do you guys think? You've seen this event for years. How does this compare to years past?
Score's a little lopsided here compared to years past. Hopefully South can,
That's what you love to see.
South's running out of time, though.
Brad Sharp had one thing on his mind.
I mean, we got to get somebody to edit that going in because that was amazing. That was amazing. Pole goal.
Oh. You almost had it.
I know. I'm trying to fill out my bingo card here.
North has this thing in hand, but they're trying to cap it off.
The defense from the North really has been the driver.
There's a great capper for the North. Charlie Tagliaferri headed to Tufts, and he's got North headed to victory.
Charlie Tag should be an impact guy at Tufts right away. Coach Denafo, Coach Toomey, getting a great athlete. The youngest of 5.
Roll jumbos.
Making it happen as the clock winds down. So as far as adrenaline goes, Jono, what's next for these guys, and do you keep in touch with them? How does that process go? You've been coaching them for so long. What is that transition like for you guys on this side of things?
Yeah, we love following these guys' careers and staying in touch with them and watching all the games now that everything's broadcast live, and it's a great way, and it's easy to follow them with social media too, of course.
Yeah, it's really awesome, especially being a coach for the Face-Off guys here. The Face-Off Academy, we only hire guys that we've coached, so we follow them and support them throughout their whole college career. I'm excited to watch what these guys do at the next level.
Cody Hart gets on the board. One of the rare Western programs for lacrosse headed to Utah. The clock expires and North picks up a dominant win. 14-9 the final over South, and they claim the 10th annual Adrenaline Boys All-America game.
We welcome you to downtown Milwaukee, Wisconsin, the site of our championship game.